Good morning, good day, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome to Incident Response Forum Europe 2022. My name is Bruce Carton. I'm the editor of Cybersecurity Docket and Securities Docket. I'm delighted to welcome you all to the only conference that is focused solely on the field of incident response from a European perspective. We have held large in-person versions of our incident response forums in Washington, D.C. and in Los Angeles for 7 years now. And in 2020, we introduced this virtual event focused on Europe. One great thing we quickly learned about having it be virtual is the fact that so many more people can attend. And that turns out we have about 750 people registered as of this morning. So thank you all for joining us. So what can you expect from this event today? First, the method of speaking. There's no PowerPoint decks, no choreographed speeches, no scripted presentations. This is just a discussion between true experts in this field and hopefully some answers to questions that you may have. Second, the quality of the speakers is just extraordinary. We have an exceptionally talented group of current and former government regulators and prosecutors, as well as about 24 extraordinary lawyers and consultants. And finally, the subject matter, to my knowledge, this is the only conference in the world dedicated exclusively to incident response from the legal and the compliance perspective. All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Okay, so before we get started, let me just say a quick thank you to some firms that have made this conference possible. First, a special thank you to Kroll, the lead sponsor of this event and a terrific partner for many years. And thanks also to our corporate sponsors, Unit 42, Strauss Friedberg, and Ankara Consulting. Also, we have 12 fantastic law firms who have stepped up to support this event that's focused on IR in Europe. When you look at this list of law firms, you see a list of really the best firms worldwide in this practice area. So thank you to these 12 law firms. So going back to the event summary page, which is the page that everyone started on this morning. I think I have it up on my screen here. This is kind of your guide to the website and to the different functionality. A couple things just to point out. So there's a CLE page here. And this basically has all the information that we have that we can offer for CLE. It means people from around the world, from around the US. There's going to be a lot of different types of CLE. We have had this approved in the state of Delaware, which then has about 12 or so reciprocal states below it. It's been approved for 4.7 hours of CLE. Those are the states that we have CLE in. If you don't see the state that you want, you may have to apply on your own separately. The other thing is, if you need a record of your attendance, just send an email to the events at securitiesdocket.com email address, and we can send you one. The website does periodic alertness checks throughout the day. Please respond to those when you see them if you're interested in getting CLE credit. There's a materials page here with a lengthy list of other materials that you may find interesting that are related to this subject matter. Right here, the sessions page is where all of the different sessions are listed. You can see the full agenda, the exact times that everything's going to happen. I have mine in Eastern time. I'm in the US right now, but I'm going to put it to British time. And you can set it however you want based on wherever you are. You can also get everybody's bio and titles and which firms are with just by clicking on anybody's link. There's finally there's an evaluations page here if you want to give us any feedback. That'd be great. So let me get back out of the screen share mode. Looking at the page that you are on, the player that you're watching, there's a couple of features I wanted to point out. First of all, there's a Twitter section. If you want to join in the discussion on Twitter, please use this hashtag IRF, Incident Response Forum. So IRF Europe 22. And I sent out a tweet right before we started to kind of get things going. So please help me out and have your own tweets if you want to share information from the event. You'll also see there's a chat function on there. This has turned out to be the hero of a lot of the other events we've done virtually. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of discussion, interaction between the people attending. I urge you to check out the chat function. I'll chat something once I get out off this video with you all. And finally, and maybe most importantly, this is supposed to be a day of discussion and interaction, not only between the panelists, but also between all of you and the panelists. So we encourage and really appreciate your questions. If you have a question, type it into the questions panel. They will come into the panelists and they'll try to answer them as well as they can and weave them into their discussion. The questions don't appear on the screen. Nobody else sees your question. They just go into the panelists. And it's also, just to clarify, it's better if you put them in the questions box than in the chat box. So the moderators and the panelists are looking more at the questions box for your questions. All right, so we really appreciate everybody joining us today. We will be getting started at 12:15 British time with our first panel. So I'll see you in a minute.